All right. It's live. It's live. Oh god, it's live. Right, folks, today we are grinding our way through LMGs because LMGs are going to be very good in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. That's the plan for today. So far, we have got the RPK and the RAP H completely finished. So we have the HCR, the MG38, and the Icarus to go. And that's what we'll be doing today. So let's dive on in. We're going to be doing a bit of invasion to start with as well, because, you know, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's a lot easier to shoot at bots that don't really shoot back. And that's just me giving you my utmost honesty on the matter. Oh, God. Oh, well, I mean, that was definitely not a bot, and it definitely shot back. Oh, shit. I mean, you know, this was supposed to just be a casual invasion, and all of a sudden, I've been met with the consequences of my actions. I think the popular selection, you know, do you think LMGs will be paired with very short-range SMGs in Warzone? The popular selection is going to be taking an LMG that's somewhere between an LMG and an AR. So like an RPK-style hybrid, or like trying to make certain elements of LMGs work a little bit more like long-range ARs, and then taking a very aggressive SMG as a secondary. Gosh, this has been a very strange lobby already. I got all the level 55 sweats or something. What's going on? So I think, like, you know, the Vaznev is going to be a very obvious example of a very popular SMG combination. I think the AK-74U will likely be a sniper pairing. Same with the mini-back. There's a lot, really. There's a lot to it. I think, looking at the SMGs, I can see the MP5 and the Vaznev being extremely popular as, like, secondary supports for, like, an AR LMG hybrid. So, for example, I mean, even this HCR 56, I don't think this is going to be a great weapon in Warzone 2. But it does have a 42-round mag. So you could theoretically run it as an AR LMG hybrid, which is really cool. And again, you know, with a bit of tweaking and maybe with a decent optic, it could actually be half decent. For me personally, I reckon the RPK is going to be an absolute god gun. That is my current estimate, that the RPK is just going to slap. I'm convinced of that. I've seen the Vaznev in YouTube. I can see why it's so good. Oh yeah, it's just that the Vaznev does everything. It's accurate. It's powerful. It's got fast ADS. You know. Why is DMZ launching as a beta? The reason DMZ is launching as a beta is more of a legal terminology. If you call something a beta, you're giving it license to be fairly heavily tweaked. So let's say, for example, they find that DMZ is a little too casual and maybe a little too forgiving, and they want to make it a little bit harder. By calling it a beta, they can basically change the difficulty of it or make it much more challenging without any consequences. I'm going to go steal that. The AK-74U is... This guy has just absolutely mugged me off here. The AK-74U is going to be a sniper support weapon. Same with the mini-back SMG. On my first day, I'll be running an RPK with a Vaznev. I'll be running the MCPR with an AK-74U. I'll also be running an MCPR with a... with a mini-back. I'll be running probably a RAP H long-range build as well. The RAL is definitely going to be something I'll be looking into. The difficulty with the RAL, you see, is that I'm going to have to try and spec the RAL to have really good aim-down sight speeds. And, well, not necessarily just ADS speeds, but bullet velocity, I think, is the big concern with the RAL. The RAL is, like, a really powerful high-damage weapon, but it has really slow bullet velocity. So if you're trying to hit a target over range, it's actually quite challenging. But I think the RAL is going to be very promising. I think it's got a lot of potential. You know, the weird thing about some of these invasion lobbies is you really do just get players at every possible corner and angle trying to murder you. You know, say what you will, but they sure do have a way of getting you instantly mullered. There we go, some cheap AI XP. We love that. So here's a cool thing about that, Jose. You said, I'm not going to even run custom guns because I didn't buy Modern Warfare 2, so I have to depend on the attachments in-game. Here's a really cool thing about that. If you play DMZ mode and you extract with a weapon in DMZ, you can actually use that blueprint in Warzone 2. Which is really cool. So if you get a contraband weapon in DMZ, you can take that into Warzone 2 and use it, rather than having to level everything up, which is a really cool system. There we go, it's a bit more HCR love. Yeah, it's a really cool idea, and it basically means that, like, if you are somebody who didn't buy Modern Warfare 2, they're not trying to punish you for that, which, you know, in the past, it's almost kind of felt like you had to have the 6v6. Now it's like, well, no, you can still enjoy the game and still be competitive. So here's a way to do that. So I think it's a really cool system, and it's a really great way to incentivize people playing DMZ as well. You know, I think it's going to be a big win. Get a bit of that launcher going. If I can take down that attack helicopter, that'd be nice. I got a scrap assist on it. Lovely. I've been running rocket launchers as my secondary recently. And the only reason I've really been doing that is just because it's really easy to get lots of passive XP. You know, all it took there was simply there we go. Oh, we'll trade. All it took there is just knocking out a UAV and you've got 100 XP. You know? 100 XP a go. Not getting shot by my immediate surroundings. Oh, God. That guy's microphone is horrid. I don't understand why people do that. Did I just ego chow a tank? Yes, you are correct. I'll be interested to see how important rocket launchers are in Warzone 2. Because theoretically, they could be quite important. It's really hard to say. There are a lot of vehicles. And I mean a lot. You've got MRAPs, armored vehicles, armored trucks, regular trucks, civilian cars. Like, there are going to be a lot of vehicles in Warzone 2. So, you know, with that being said, it depends on how much damage you can do per shot. But, you know, I could see RPGs potentially playing a role against vehicles. I mean, obviously, drill charges are going to be insanely important. Right. I'm going to have a scrap with my cat. He's constantly trying to lay on top of my computer. Considering that my overclocked CPU runs at about 60 degrees, it's probably not a good idea, is it? There you go. You've got a bed there. But don't meow at me. You've got a bed there. Don't meow at me. You've got a bed there. Proper angry at me. No, I think the drill charge won't be nerfed. I think it's working as intended. You know, I think it's going to be nice to actually have a proper vehicle counter now. She's really trying to sneak her way back up. Right, let's get an SZ optic on this. Anybody who owns a cat knows just how much that cat wants to sleep on top of a computer. It's just a fact of life that you can't avoid. And here we have the most advanced artificial intelligence you've ever seen, I tell you. A local man, halfway through the floor. Oh, he's gonna get absorbed by the concrete. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Oh, there we go. I feel like I morally supported him now. Ah, that's gone well. Ah, that's also gone well. It's a local man in his natural habitat, halfway through the floor. And you can find this local man in his local habitat halfway through the floor on any given Saturday evening at your local pub. Ooh, let's get through this door. I mean, this should be a lot better with this optic on now. I think the best LMG will be the RPK, JD. I think the RPK is going to be a very serious LMG. Good God, this is so much better with an optic. So much better with an optic, because you can really see which way the recoil is pulling. Like, it makes it so much easier to be accurate. Like, the SZ optic does a really good job of that, I find. Like, it's very obvious when you're firing with the SZ optic. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Like, I'll look at the sky, because it's, like, a little bit easier. You can really see where the recoil is pulling with this optic. That's a right to left sort of pattern. But it initially pulls really far right. So recoil stabilization attachments are going to be pretty important on this one, as well as recoil smoothness. Have I come across any cheaters yet? Not a single one, James. I would hazard to guess I've played this for 100 hours or so at this point. And I just haven't ran into any at all. Yeah, you'll be able to preload Warzone 2 today. Ricochet is going to do a good job this year. The thing about it is that, like, and this is something I've been explaining to a lot of people, is that when Ricochet was added to Warzone 1, it was something that was effectively strapped onto the side of Warzone 1. And when you're developing an anti-cheat, that's not the most optimal way to really handle things, because it means that you're kind of working with very limited amounts of data in-game. The game engine isn't built to identify things that are going wrong. Whereas, you know, when you're in a system where you've built the game from the ground up with the anti-cheat included, you suddenly find yourself in a very kind of different scenario where, you know, you have the ability to have more data if you need it. You know what I mean? You know, if you need to have a certain data set, you can code that in from the ground up. So say, for example, you know, let's say, obviously they already have this in Warzone 1, but headshot accuracy. You know, you could code that kind of statistic in from the ground up to understand how people might be utilizing an aimbot. And it's just stuff like that that will make a massive difference to the overall performance of Ricochet. We'll have to see how it handles, sort of, on day one. But I've got a lot of hope for it. They also have a lot of data from Warzone 1 to work with, which is nice. And we just hit a pretty devious amount of kills there. We'd love to see. It's actually quite a nice spot here. This place has always been great for... If I hit a helicopter, surely I just... I think the PS5 and Series X will play Warzone 2 quite well. I'm not too worried about that. I imagine they'll have an FOV slider. I think graphically it will look quite good. They've had a really long... Like, if you look at how it performs in Ground War, you know, it can handle Ground War at 120 Hz. There's no reason it can't run Warzone at 120 Hz with FOV. Some data definitely will, Stanley. Like, for example, you know, all the data that they've taken in terms of the anti-cheat and how certain elements of that work, that will definitely all be there. As for SBMM, I don't think they would. And I think the first week is going to have I keep seeing that, like a hit marker in the sky. And I think the first week is going to have slightly weaker SBMM. And the reason for that is because just because you're good at Warzone 1 doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be good at Warzone 2. Because Warzone 2 is going to play quite differently, and there's lots more recoil. You know, there are elements of Warzone 1 which make the game easier, and I'm sure the developers are aware of that. On the original consoles, I think it's a little bit more challenging, Floki. Like, realistically, that hardware is, like, nearly 10 years old now. So it's really hard for them to get things to run well. I'm sure it would be okay, but I don't think it'll be great. What is that teammate doing? Hold on. What was my teammate doing there? Because he was just standing behind him, missing every single shot. Your CPU runs at 90 degrees non-overclock. That's definitely not good, Flo. You definitely, and I mean this, you definitely need to get that fixed. Either by increasing the amount of airflow through your system, or reseating your CPU cooler. No CPU should be running that hot. Unless it's like a laptop CPU that's designed to run that hot. To give you an idea, my CPU probably tops out about 72 degrees, but that is fully overclocked. A Ryzen 5950X, you know, top tier, runs hot CPU. But I wouldn't let it personally get into the 80s. That's on liquid cooling, not like liquid. It's an AIO cooler, but I still, you know, I thermally run my system quite well. I've got 3 intakes, 3 exhausts, and they're all running pretty well. I personally wouldn't let it hit 90 splatter. I would be aiming much more comfortably for something like 80 degrees max. Somebody in the game chat was like, bro, how do you have 3 ping? Are you playing inside the server? Somebody on my team is 3 ping. That's funny. I love how he said it as if he's meant to do something about it as well. Like, it's, how dare he run at 3 ping? Yeah, this is the org. You can still slide, yeah. You can still slide in Modern Warfare 2, you just can't slide cancel. And somebody else in chat just said, Tactical Brit, you're the man. I love your YouTube videos. What a guy. Oh, man. I swear, I've actually had more pleasant interactions in text chat than negative ones at this point. Maybe that's a minor blessing in disguise for me, eh? Oh, fun fact about Warzone 2, by the way, which a lot of people I haven't actually seen talk about. It actually has incremental fall damage. So your fall damage is actually scalable to the amount of distance that you cover. Thank you, Super Unknown. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Warzone 2. It's going to be great. We're going to be streaming it pretty much every single day. We've got the original crew back for day 1 as well, probably for the first couple of days, really. It's going to be myself, Jack, Stodd, and Westy. Got all the boys in. The OG crew from Warzone 1 that you've come to know and love. You know? Going to be a good day. Oh, I've mounted this tank. I've mounted my friendly tank. Bloody hell. I did what I could. You know what I mean? Tomo is probably going to be playing with Fast Squad on day one. So, you know, he'll play with Stone and stuff. We'll be playing with Jack and Sod and Westy. I'm sure we'll cross over throughout the week. Warzone 2's on Wednesday, 16th at 6 p.m. UK time. So it's going to be a great week, guys. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. And of course, if you drop a like on this stream, you will be supporting this wonderful week. Wow. But yeah, I mean, you know, look, we're starting off day one with the original crew. But you guys know us. We'll be playing with absolutely everyone. Broken, Benny. I'm sure we'll have Tomo. Hell, it'd be great to play with Fast Squad at some point. See if we can get like Aculite and Stone in. You know, we're gonna have a bit of everybody here as per usual. I bloody love Stone, by the way. I've met Stone like 3 or 4 times at 3 or 4 different events, and every time you meet him, he just looks happy to be there. You know what I mean? He's such a genuinely nice guy. I'm sure most people will tell you the same. Day 1 loadout, RPK Vaznev, MCPR mini back. I'll be doing all of that. Do you know when is the Warzone mobile event? That's happening right now. I believe that was yesterday and today, the Warzone mobile event's occurring. And I gotta tell you, there's some people that you might know from this channel who are there.
We're a fucking shithouse, man.
That was as Scottish as it gets, really, I mean. You're an effing shithouse, is what he said. Right, there are 400 of you here, guys. We can easily slap 300 likes. Come on. Come on. All of you do it. Right now. Takes 1 second. Big Suze loves it. You know. Hidden Marley 13 camo. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's actually somebody we will be playing with this year. Which I completely forgot to mention, because Marley is actually switching to YouTube. He is a Facebook streamer. But as of Warzone 2, he is on YouTube Gaming. So there's going to be a lot more of him. Once he sort of has a regular streaming schedule going, we'll definitely bring him in. Be rude not to, wouldn't it? Be bloody rude not to. We do like Marley here. And he's actually, surprisingly, for those of you who don't know this, he's actually the YouTuber who I've known the longest out of everyone. Crazy, innit? Right, we'll keep it going. We're still unlocking the HCR here. Level 8 of 19. That's not bad. I do want to get some recoil smoothness on this at some point. And steadiness. There are a couple of things about that I need to sort out. What we're saying about... I think we're going to stick with our current build. I think it's working for us. Yeah, this is without double XP at the minute. Although, I had a theory that last night the XP gain had been increased a little bit. Because it really felt like I was leveling up guns a lot more than I was before that. I don't know if anybody else felt the same. Something like that, Tactical Scottish. I don't really know, Big Mac. It was a bit weird. Like, last night on Sunday night, I felt like I was leveling up guns way faster. And, you know, I'm not going to go around throwing any accusations around. But, you know, would I put it past Call of Duty to make it so that on weekend hours when the regular Joes are playing, that they get more XP to try and even out the field? I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say... I wouldn't put it past them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a bit weird. Like, I wasn't even playing, like, sweatily last night. And there was one match in particular where I just wasn't trying at all. Like, I wasn't tryharding, I was just chilling. And I got my RPK up 3 levels in one game. And I just sort of sat there like, this doesn't seem normal, because it hasn't been like this. Like, you'll be lucky to get a level a game. Have a look. I want to get this HCR done. I'll be honest with you, the HCR is a bit of a wild card, really. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad for Warzone 2. It could be somewhere between the two, but it does have potential. Like I say, any gun which has the ability to kind of fill that hybrid role. I did watch the Vikings-Bills game last night, and it was utterly bonkers. I had Red Zone on one TV, on one screen, on the main screen, and then I had the game on a laptop on my left. I did about 9 levels for my RPK in 3 games last night. I was shocked. Yeah, do you know what? Look. This is what I'm saying. Would I put it past the developers of Call of Duty to increase XP gain? No. I would not. I'm going to try this Optic for the HCR. Gives me the best of both worlds. Close range, long range. I mean, the transition time between the two isn't great, but it was never going to be, was it? I'm going to release a video on my day 1 loadouts for Warzone 2 probably tonight. I was going to do the third-person video tonight, but I've had a lot of the questions about what my day 1 loadouts are going to look like. So, you know, we'll see. I'm gonna give this optic. This optic does give you slightly more visual recoil when you're on the long range segment of it. But when you're on the short range, it's basically none. The visual recoil is effectively non-existent. Oh, great. Yeah. I mean, you know, it wouldn't be invasion without being randomly... Bro, you already have a gold sniper. What more do you need? Why are you still using it? I wouldn't be surprised to see hybrid optics have a bit more efficiency in this game, just because there are going to be a lot of people who are unsure as to what kind of weapons they want to run. And like I say, where you have the ability to build these sort of hybrid AR LMGs, don't be surprised to see that extend to optics as well. Of course, there's naturally just going to be a random geezer standing inside that building, because why wouldn't there be in Invasion, you know? I actually, honest to God, think I prefer Ground War to Invasion. If it wasn't for the AI... I honestly think nobody would play this mode. He's going, yeah, he probably is going for platinum, which, you know, I'm probably not going to reach platinum before the release of Warzone 2, but that's fine. I'll do that when hardcore releases. Make my life easier. Do it on the off hours for Warzone 2, you know what I mean? think the RPK is going to be my main for Warzone 2. I think it'll be my day one main. Unless I find a better alternative. But, you know, the day one's going to be about testing all of these things. There we go, level 9. Not bad. See, to be honest with you, what I'm doing wrong with Invasion is I should just be sitting back and letting all the sweats come to me. Because it's inevitable that they will, right? Like, you know, they're sweating their nuts off. You know, they're begging to push the front line. So the easy solution is probably just to sort of sit quite passively and let them come to me. High-capacity SMGs are definitely going to be a meta. P90, the Hurricane, the Miniback, I think will be the first 3 major players. Out of the 2, I would probably say the Hurricane and the Miniback are probably better than the P90. But then there are going to be lots of close-range builds like the Vaznev, which are just going to be, you know, up-close and personal shredders. As well as, like, the MP5. Which local sweat in my area is trying to hunt the AI to the right here? Ah, of course. There we go. Back of the map. Sniper rifle. Oh, EBR. Even worse. I don't think the Fennec is going to be that good, personally. I think the Fennec is going to struggle with the extra health. We'll have to wait and see, but I think I would rather take an MP5 or a Vaznev over a Fennec, personally. It's just my initial impressions. There's some decoys out. Easy XP, isn't it? What's this? A naughty little kill streak for the masses. It'll be interesting to see how solos plays in Warzone 2, because obviously it's such a drastically different map. I'm personally very much looking forward to trios again. Having trios in a modern map is going to be great. I'm sure quads will be decent as well. You know, I personally hope they kind of take a note from the Warzone 1 book, and, you know, I personally think solos should just permanently be buyback solos. That's my personal opinion. I think buyback solos has always been the better way to have solos. And I think it should just be the permanent. The only thing I would say is, the only thing I would change about buyback solos is that you should spawn just randomly in the middle of nowhere. The Honey Badger is coming in on Season 1, Day 1. We've got the M13V, the Chimera or Chimera, whatever the hell it is. And a couple of other bits and ones. Like, it's like a full weapon tree, isn't it? So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's the Season 1 weapon. So it's going to be pretty cool. Looking forward to it. Everybody loves the M13, of course, so, you know, that's going to be fun. I'm sure the UMP-45 will return, just not right now. It's a classic Modern Warfare 2 gun. There's no way it doesn't return. I'm not doing too badly on these levels. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I'm not exactly sweating it up. See, these vehicles are going to be interesting because not only are they armored and they have a mounted weapon, but they also have windows that you can actually lean out of properly. So, you know, for Warzone 2, I'm interested to see how that goes. Should I RPG the guy with the RPG? you think that would be some poetic justice? I'll be interested to see. I'll be interested to see how stuff like that works, Goth. I think high velocity ammo will be a good pick, especially for lower velocity. Like, for example, a good example for that would be the RAL, right? The RAL has really high damage range already by default. So if you sacrifice some of that to get better bullet velocity, you'll hit more targets over range. So it will probably be a sacrifice worth making. Hey, thank you very much, Simon. I appreciate it. Good to see you in chat. Like, high velocity ammunition for sort of low fire rate LMGs, sorry, is going to be quite important. And the RAL is a perfect example of that. What's weird is that the enemy AI are this close, which probably means that the enemies are literally just on the doorstep here. Is not what I was anticipating, but here we are. Grab a cheeky little kill streak. Oh, no, I've been instantly murdered. Yeah, they're literally, like, on our doorstep in a minute. I'll be interested to see how frequent we see canted lasers in Warzone 2. Because it's a very new dynamic that we haven't seen before. And it does obviously make guns snappier, especially SMGs and stuff, so who knows? Could it happen? Not impossible. Maybe I should just take out helicopters. Maybe that's the way. That guy had possibly the best bit of luck imaginable there. Now, the bonus of having this tactical insertion is I can actually see if he's on the roof and what he's doing. There you go. I'm not really sure, Liam. I'm not really sure. I don't really know if you get bonus XP for winning rounds. You don't understand the love for the RAL. It was so bad in multiplayer. The reason for that is that multiplayer has an obsession with aim down sight speed that Warzone 2 won't have. Like, the RAL can 2-tap people, or even 1-tap people in multiplayer, provided you're aiming down sight. So that kind of damage output and the damage range that it will have if you spec it correctly, without a shadow of a doubt, the RAL is going to be dominant. You know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to beam somebody from 100 meters away in Warzone 2. Max leveled all the ARs, SMGs, and snipers. What's the LMG you'd recommend? The LMG I'm recommending at the moment is the RPK. Just because I think it has the most potential to be a very versatile weapon in Warzone 2. You know, you can build the RPK as a long-range LMG. You can build it as a LMG AR hybrid. There's just a lot of potential with it. Like, I'm 100% confident that the RAL is going to be a sort of, I'm going to guess sort of like a top 8 weapon. Easily. It really depends on the bullet velocity over range. That's what's going to make or break the RAL. If it has decent velocity with high velocity rounds over range, and it isn't too sluggish, then it will be the dominant force at range. If it doesn't, and the velocity isn't good enough, then I think a different LMG will take its place. Because velocity over range is going to be really important for hitting targets. Like, you know, you can't even begin to understate how like clearly important that's going to be. I tried the RAL in the Warzone 2 presentation recently. It was bad. Yeah, but, you know, a short 3-4 hour presentation isn't enough to understand the ins and outs of it. Make sure you've got it ready in the right way. See, I don't think so, Dino, and here is going to be my my hot take for Warzone 2. I don't think marksman rifles are going to be good at all. I think the marksman rifles are going to suck really, really badly. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that they're competitive, but I think they're going to suck. I'm fairly confident of it. Just from looking at the data we have in multiplayer so far, the damage models are really low. Which means that if that scales to Warzone 2 to some extent, the damage models are going to stay really low. And the intention will be that heavier snipers will take their place. The Signal 50 I also don't think is going to be the go-to. I still believe the MCPR is without a doubt going to be the go-to sniper rifle. After a couple days, people will clock onto it. It's really about how they handle the damage models for these things, because we know in Warzone that they manipulate headshot multipliers to try and make guns less or more competitive. So it's really about what that final picture looks like on day one. Like, in terms of battle rifles as well, like, it's why I haven't recommended to anybody to level up marksman rifles or battle rifles. Like, there's just no need until we know that they're going to be decent. Because if they have bogus damage models, which I think they will, then you've basically just wasted your time when you could have been unlocking something like LMGs, which we know are probably going to be quite good. You know what I mean? So it's kind of an each to their own on that front. Oh, what a liberty with this HCR, eh? It's a really nice angle here that we have towards the AI. So this is what I mean about the AR LMG hybrids. The HCR has a higher damage model than the STV556. And if you build it like an STV556 with a lower magazine and faster ADS speed, you effectively get the same AR but with more damage. Good to see you all in chat, guys. Lovely to have nearly 600 in your house. If you want to drop a little like on the stream, that'd be lovely. We can cruise past 300 likes, so I'd appreciate it. Would mean a lot in terms of support. I'm going to drop out this little cruise missile here. Nice one. This is a really dirty angle. Like, this is an XP farming angle, 100%. This still has a little bit too much horizontal for my liking. Personally, for me right now, I would definitely add a suppressor to this to try and bring some of that horizontal back down. I would have to tune it, though, to try and get more ADS speed to try and offset that. What I really need is my lasers to unlock. Because once the lasers unlock, I can kind of be a bit more unreasonable, so to speak, with the rest of it. There's a guy prone there. It's taken me all this time to realize that. That friendly or enemy VTOL? God, that guy's VTOL sounds like he's struggling. Alright, I'm out of health here, so there we go. Let him have it. Oh yeah, this is as tactically holding as you like. Not gonna get any better than this. You know, in terms of holding hands and holding corners, I mean, really, this is as good as it gets. I mean, I can't lie though, this is a sick position. I won't have any slander on it. Like, this is a great way to get cheap XP. What I need to watch is my right and my left-hand side here. Of course, there's one guy who doesn't want us to have fun, That mini back, man, I'm telling you. That mini back, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Dude, it's got incredible hip fire. It's got an insane magazine. There's no drawbacks to the mini back. It's going to be a top weapon. Oh, there we go. There's a sniper. I'm still kind of deciding a little bit on my optics, to be honest with you. I haven't really played with the medium range ones enough. I do like the Schlager, although I'm wondering... Notice how the center of the reticle moves more compared to the VLK. So I'm wondering what that's going to look like in terms of visual recoil. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm sure eventually we'll get sort of detailed... I mean, yeah, that's pretty nice, actually. It is definitely a hell of a lot cleaner. Which does help. Does genuinely make you perform a little bit better when your guns look a bit better. In terms of the visuals. I've just managed to completely ruin myself there. Prone with an M4. Interesting. I love that strategy, personally. Take care of that. Like I say, we are going to have people sort of... I was going to say closing the gap here. What? Come on. It's just, you know, there's just no need for that, is there? It just, you know, sometimes you just got to be a nice guy and just not do that. You know? I don't think I'm asking for much. Really. I mean... This guy thinks he's about to get the cheapest kills of his life. Not bad. Play that. There won't be a plunder mode, so DMZ is going to have to be your go-to, really. That's the setup. So, wait, why did he flare mine, but... I have a lot of questions. He flared my missile, but he didn't flare the other one. That's upsetting. Alright, bro, we get it. You have a sniper rifle. Yeah, you have a sniper. You don't like having fun. You like ruining other people's fun all day. Yeah, we get it. We get it. It's a shame you're a shit shot, though. Jeez. You're gonna use a sniper. At least don't suck at it. Oh, there's a gunship and a chopper. Look how badly the other team is sweating like crazy. They've got a VTOL, a chopper gunner, and a gunship at the same time. The other team are sweating their cheeks off. And I mean sweating. Like, it doesn't get much worse than this. This is a distinct lack of sunlight. Jeez. Talk about taking a pummeling. Even their AI thinks it's just chill to push up right now. Got pummeled into the ground so badly, the enemy AI is making a mockery of us. I really need a laser. If I can get a laser, then I can put a suppressor on this. And if I can do both of those things, I can get rid of this really... I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that horizontal pull. And it'll loop back up. It's just got that really awkward horizontal pull to it. Once I get a laser, I can use a suppressor. Once I get that, then I can really start winding in some of this... slightly more problematic ranged recoil, because naturally that is this weapon's strength, is range, right? One Todd Soup, thank you for the $5, much appreciated. I came to say Arsenal top of league this Christmas. You know, What I have to say to that is I hope you enjoy it, because we all know it's not going to last. As with all things Arsenal at Christmas, the crumble eventually comes. You know. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before the Christmas crumble. The thing is, though, I genuinely do believe that Invasion is more sweaty than ground war. You know what I mean? I do genuinely believe that. We probably will end up with Ronaldo. And to be honest with you, if we get him for free and he makes us 60 million in shirt sales, who cares? Right? Plus, to be honest with you, given the current form of both of our strikers, I wouldn't say no. Have you seen them? They're bloody abysmal. I like Arteta. I genuinely mean this. Like, even as a Chelsea guy, like, I like Arteta. I think he's a really solid manager. Whether or not he wins anything this year is a little bit of a different question, but the last 5 times they've been top at Christmas, they haven't won the league. That doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me. We love it. We do a little bit of football here, all right? And a bit of NFL. I won't overdo it, but we do a bit. You know what I mean? I wouldn't fire Potter, no. I think you're just reaching an endless cycle at that point of just throwing fodder into an unfixable situation. No, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to put smoothness. I need a smoothness one, and I also theoretically need something that isn't going to be too ADS taxing. I could go for a flash hider. Could also do it. Let's go for the echoless. I think this is what we need. We'll stick with that. And I'm going to put the F-Tac Ripper on this. I'm going to take this off for now. We're going to try this out. This is a slightly longer range build. The ADS sucks, but we'll give it a go. I'm going to switch out to Ground War as well, because Ground War is way more fun. Always frequent your Twitter on match day. I mean, it basically is a sniper now. Oh, dear. But hey, look. You know, the World Cup came at the right time for us. That's all I have to say. Regroup and hopefully don't fumble the bag. The thing is, with sports, and this is something I mentally do, I mentally kind of check out of it once I realize it's all over. I've already done that with Chelsea, you know, mentally checked out. Champions League's all we got, an FA Cup, that's it. My personal favorite this year is that now when I watch the Jacksonville Jaguars play in the NFL, I'm not filled with despair. They actually look quite good. You know? Our record isn't great, but they actually play very well. Well, here's a statistic for you. We've lost every single one of our games, bar the one at Kansas City, by 1 score. How cool is that? We don't suck anymore. See, this is much better. You can already see it. You can already see the reduction in horizontal recoil just off of that. I'm going to make it very clear to this tank that he is insane. So we'll see what we can do with this. think this is going to be a much better build. A much better build. I know, obviously, we don't have as... I mean, the ADS isn't too bad, to be honest with you. I can live with it, but it's the ranged shots that do better. It really does wind in some of that horizontal recoil we've been talking about. Oh, hello. That was less than ideal. I feel like the hit reg wasn't great there. See, that's a bit more like it. See what I mean? Like, we're hitting so many more shots at range. That's pretty solid. I like that. Oh, that guy's about to ruin my day. Come on, keep jumping. That guy just straight up hit the floor. Love that. I mean, this is great. This is free kills. I love it when a helicopter does this. So that's basically what it turns into. It's just free kills. If you can hit targets out the sky, of course, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, they're physicsing. Oh, they're physicsing. And that's as physics as you like, really. I mean, it's not going to get much worse than that. Give this a go. Bang. Love that. We have no ammo, by the way. Literally none. Might be able to do something about this VTOL, though. Yeesh. Alright, what else we got going for us? Oh, we all capped nearly? That's nice. We can use this helicopter maybe, try and get a bit of something something. Bit of something something going at A. Is that an enemy? Go on then. See what we can do at A here. I mean, again, we're going to have to be an ADS king. I knew he was going to be up there. 100%. 100%. We were camo grinding, to be brutally honest with you. I was very much involved in the camo grind. But now, like, the camo grind's so long, dude. But now, it's all about... You know, it's all about getting myself to max level with all the attachments that we want. 100%. So like ARs, LMGs, SMGs. LMGs are basically the last ones I have to do. Shotguns I'm not too worried about. Like, I will just do those in hardcore probably, or third person. But they're not a major concern. LMGs are like, these will be useful in Warzone. So I kind of want them done as soon as possible. Wow, I got deleted. What the hell was that? Is that a long-range Rap H? God damn. I was dead set on the camo grind, but you know what, dude? Like, without double XP, some of the weapon XP gain in this gets so slow. Like, I mean this. I swear to God, they've actually increased the XP gain of the past couple of days. Because it was so slow during the week. Like, especially when you got some guns which have like 32 levels. It's like, what the hell am I meant to do here, pal? Just suffer? Like, what's the play? Yeah, I mean, the camo grind definitely gets worse the higher the SBMM, because, like, you know, you do just end up in these scenarios where you're constantly playing against ultra tier high caliber players, which, you know, is it gets a little bit more difficult, a little bit more demanding as well, I think. Put this down there. I mean, that enemy helicopter has not ended well. Where are these people? Oh, they're all camping on that roof, dude. That's insane. Do you know what? I've had enough. They're going to camp on the roof. They're going to suffer the consequences. I assure you. I've just watched one of my teammates decimate them. There are loads of them on that side. That guy just got crushed by his own helicopter. Love that. I will naturally finish the camo grind. Where did you even come from? There was zero audio on that. I will finish the camo grind on, like, the more obscure stuff, like, riot shields and melee. But for now, I mean, we've done ARs, SMGs, battle rifles, marksman rifles, sniper rifles. It's literally just LMGs and shotties, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm not too stressed about it or too pressed about any of it. Oh, you bastard. Lovely to see you all in chat, though, guys. 730 of you in the house. We can definitely hit 500 likes today with a little bit of your help. You know, a simple like on the stream, some would say. You know, and everything will be fine. Be lovely. Be wonderful. Beautiful, even. That's beautiful. That's lovely. It's wonderful. I can hear the snipers coming from the end of this. I think we're about to all-cap them. We're about to MGB them. Yeah, they're not going to get B in time. Say goodbye to the enemy team. Is this game over? And here it comes. I'm ready for Warzone 2, man. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I think Wednesday is going to be a really good day, like 100%. Is there a way to change it so that I don't pick up a weapon when I'm trying to reload? So you need to change your prioritize, reload, and interact setting for that. If it's set to prioritize to reload, tapping once will get you a reload, holding will pick it up. Whereas if you set it to prioritize interact, tapping once will interact, holding will reload. For Warzone 2, you'd want it to be prioritized to interact. Right, I've only got 6 more levels to go on this thing, which is very good. It looks quite meaty in this current setup. I do like it. I have unlocked this weird, like, Arctic tiger camo. Let me find it. Where are you? Where are you? You're somewhere here. Not you. There was another one. Here it is. I like this. This is nice. Skin and scales. I would like to unlock, there's a camo that I do want, though. Where is it? This one. I really want to get this. You have to get the Basilisk to level 28 for it. It's a really nice looking camo. Bit of subtle green, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm worried very much about the servers, Royal Nighthawk. Because part of me is like, yeah, you know, the servers might struggle a little bit. Another part of me is like, you know what? Like, they know how popular Warzone 1 was, so surely... Also, bearing in mind, Warzone 1 will have no servers on that day. Just as an FYI, Warzone 1 is being shut down whilst this releases. So, we'll have to wait and see. I really like this skin on it, though. Look at that. It's quite nice, isn't it? Look at that. I'm a big fan. We don't talk about snake shot basilisks because I don't want to talk about them, okay? I'm hoping that they politely disappear. What are my worries for day one? My worries for day one is pacing. I'm interested to see how the pacing of the game develops. And my other worry is the armor system, because the armor system at the moment, for those of you who are unaware, you can only put one plate in until you find a satchel. Then you can have 3. And I don't know how I feel about that system, personally. Yeah, this is so much more like it, dude. This is so much better. This plays... It's like a night and day difference when this thing does and doesn't have a suppressor. It's all about that horizontal recoil. And the horizontal smoothness, as they like to call it. Has he just aimed that straight down? Yep. That's exactly what he's just done. I love that they're all just sort of running at me. It's a curious strategy, I'll tell you that much. So the one bonus of Ground War is that you can always account on the fact that every player thinks they're 100% better than you. And that they will just dive on your head and get away with it. Honest to God truth. Should I just cruise missile it? I feel like I should. I'm going to wait for this riot shield guy to spawn in again, because I think he is. Ah, screw it. I'm just going to cruise missile it. Bye. Have a wonderful time. Not the shield lad again. I mean, he absolutely hates me. But there's just zero idea. You know, that guy just 100% despises me. Ouch. Love a claymore. Let's go back up to that rooftop. I think it's got some potential. There are a lot of enemies right now on C, so... You know, realistically, if I can get a couple shots in on there, that's what I need. Teammate's holding the staircase. I think he's got that locked in, so I should really just focus on this. Bloody hell, what was that? Ah, the Tauk V. I do like the Tauk V. The Tauk V is the meatiest sounding weapon in this game, and that makes me very happy. You know, yeah, could you disagree with a weapon that just sounds that good? I mean, take a look around, guys. This is what we'll be playing on Wednesday. It's all there. It's all there. What do we reckon? Any rooftop dwellers? No. They're all avoiding the rooftop, which, honestly... Oh, God. Oh, they're physics in, all right. That was big physics. Big physics, little physics, cardboard physics. What the hell was that? See what I mean about the full damage? Jump off a 2-story building? No problemo. Chillin'. Wow, the railing just saved his ass there. I'd say I'm still kind of cycling through my AR optics, but I do like this one. I think the Cronin 0P is also quite good. I'll show you guys this one as well. This one's quite clean. Albeit with a little bit of a slower ADS, this one. But this is like, I'm trying to think of the optic that this actually is in real life. There's a specific word for it. It's a very popular optic in DayZ. And armor. Oh, hello. There's a man coming up these stairs, by the way. This is a general FYI. There we go, that's the one. I forget what it's called. There is a very specific name for this optic. It's in DayZ, mostly modded DayZ. It's in armor. It's in it's in lots. It's in every armor, pretty much. It's a very popular optic, though. There's a guy in a helicopter who really wants to, like... Look what in the world have I just witnessed? What in the sweet physics just occurred? Ow. There's just no need for that, is there? Two local helicopters in your area have begun the mating ritual. It's really about how early they pull their shoot that kind of determines what it is. I mean, the earlier the shoot pull, the easier it gets, really. I mean, should I give this guy a drill charge? Can you imagine if that hit him? Oh, man. Alright, I'm gonna hop off this building. Let's test the full damage, shall we? I mean, come on. I lived. You know, I'm telling you guys that there's gonna be a lot more movement. Right, I'm gonna grab onto the side of... There we go. I'm trying to think of what the optic is called. Let me have a look. I know this is purely for my own, because it's going to annoy me if I can't think about it. Have a look. Not the Spectre. Not the OPK. Not the RMR. Is it the EOTech? It might be the EOTech. Not the EOTech. Have a look. It's going to annoy me if I don't remember what it's called. Because there's a very specific optic that it's called. It's not an ACOG. It's of a similar realm of the ACOG. It's really going to annoy me if I can't remember what the optic is called. It's really going to annoy me. I don't know why. It's going to really piss me off. If somebody can figure it out, let me know. It might be the Vortex. You might be right. Is it the Vortex? I'll figure this out later because it's really going to annoy me. But there is an optic that's exactly like, and it's in squad as well. It's in squad. It's in squad and it's in DayZ. It's a very popular optic. It might be an aim point. I'm not sure. It's definitely in squad though. I think it's specifically on the Scar weapons in squad. It's a great little optic though. I do like the visuals on it. I'm still trying to figure out which one of these I like though. I think the Schlager is definitely the best one so far. I'm going to try the Bullseye just because I've heard things. You know, I know it's a Chevron. The real life equivalent of not the Schlager, the other one we were using. I'll figure it out. It's in squad, and squad doesn't have a lot of optics, so. Oh my god. This one's not too bad. I'm not a big fan of chevron optics, personally. Don't know about you guys, but for me, they just don't hit right. It's up to say the Cronin. In game, right? We're gonna get it now, guys, because I've got the list of scopes. It's gonna really annoy me. It's gonna really annoy me. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it in that list later. I'm gonna find it. It's gonna really bother me. It's gonna really bother me because it's my favorite optic in DayZ, and I play a lot of DayZ, or at least I have played a lot of DayZ. Do you know what I mean? So I should know it, and that's why it's annoying. All right, let's bin off this one, the bullseye. Let's go to the night view. We'll go to the night view next. That is a fantastic username. Thank you for subscribing, Thundercut. Oh dear. Oh god. You wouldn't want to cough, would you? Right, let's have a look. Where are we at? Level 15 of 19. That is not bad at all. That is not bad at all. We'll take it. We will take it. Now I found it. I found the scope. I found it. What's it called? Bloody knew. I knew I wasn't stupid. An LDS scope. That's the name of it. LDS scope. It's the Eklan LDS scope. Found it, finally. It's an Eklan LDS scope. It's a common British optic. Took me a while, but we got there in the end. I do like the night view as well. This is nice. I'm 1440p. 1440p is the superior resolution at the moment, I believe. Obviously, you know, you can play 4K if you're on a console. But if you're a PC gamer and you're looking for high FPS, 1440 is definitely the way to go. The Eklan LDS scope, guys. Love that optic. My favorite optic in DayZ. And ironically, it's also my favorite optic in Squad as well. Oh god. Yeah, night view on that, definitely not the one. I think we're going to stick with the Schlagger. I think the Schlagger is doing the most for us. Did we unlock? We did unlock the laser. So that's a guarantee for us now. We're going to take out the we're going to take out the underbarrel pistol grip to make that happen, I think. It's one ADS speed for another ADS speed, I know, but... What's that vehicle taken care of? Oh god, I've been meleeed to death. It was really bothering me that I couldn't name the scope, but I'm glad I did. Because it's such a OP optic in all of the games. Like, I play a lot of Squad, which for those of you who don't know is a tactical military simulation title. And my favorite faction in Squad, ironically, is the British. Because of that optic, because it's so clean. And it's so... Like, in Squad, obviously, all the bullets have real physics, so... You have to, like, actually use the rangefinders on the underside of the optic. Yeah, this is the LMG AUG variant, the HCR56 at the moment, Aaron. It's pretty good. I'm liking it. The lack of footsteps, honestly, in Ground War is a lot more apparent. It should be better in Warzone 2. The reason that I see it as an issue in Ground War is because in Ground War, there's so much going on in one area. Helicopters, tanks, kill streaks. The audio priority just gets messed up. Whereas at least in Warzone 2, you'll only really have to contend with some vehicles and kill streaks, and even then, those won't be super, super common, you know what I mean? Get to the bottom of this. Oh, nearly. I played real-life USMC, it sucked. How's the realism? You know. Oh, dear. Love that. You run into a lot of former military guys playing Squad as well. I guess they just appreciate it for being remotely reasonable as a video game. The bullet velocity is definitely quite slow at the moment. I think the AUG doesn't have the best velocity by design. Realistically, if I was playing this for Warzone, I would probably max out the barrel to go and get the maximum out of it. I'd probably play high velocity rounds. And I guess it goes to show the new degree of weapon balancing in this game, because you can either have bullet velocity or you can have recoil control, and you can't have both. Because if you put recoil control on this, you lose out on velocity. There are very few attachments where those two things come together. The barrel and the muzzle, but if you go for high velocity rounds, you lose damage rate. Like, there's a lot of balancing factors in this game, genuinely. Favorite weapon right now? RPK, dude. I think the RPK is going to be a force in Warzone 2. And obviously snipers as well. Like this scumbag has just politely reminded me from halfway across the map that snipers are, of course, naturally very powerful. How dare I have any fun? I'm gonna land on this roof. I'm gonna die instantly because there's like 7 guys up there for no apparent reason. Chilling, living, doing their thing. And this is 100% chalk now, so thank you for that. Don't land on me. That's just inconvenient. We captured the objective. That's the important part. Yeah, we unlock quick fix. Nice. Ah, yes, of course. Because how could we go up the staircase without a simple man camping a corner? Yeah, so for me, I've done the RPK and I've done the Rap H. I just need to do this, the Icarus, and the RAL, I believe. My last ones. Wait, let's have a look. And is he halfway across? No, he's actually standing right next to spawn. Wow, that's as scummy as it gets, really. He's not even trying like that. He's just sitting in our spawn. You know, one thing I am going to be interested to see is how well these, You do not want mono audio, Aaron, at all. You definitely don't want mono audio. Possibly the worst thing you could do for your audio. The interesting thing about this is the heavy helicopter in Warzone 2. Like, obviously I know right now I'm getting nailed by some loser who's got some sort of fetish for helicopters. But it actually can take quite a beating. It can take like 3 or 4 missiles. And I'm interested to see what that's going to translate into in Warzone 2 when there are obviously no tanks to just randomly delete you from across the map. Like, obviously, you know, the heavy helicopter is in Warzone 2. Let's get the bloody hell out of here. Doing well, son of Ragnar, yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. Just leveling up on our LMGs. Doing the hard work before Warzone 2. You know what I mean? And that's all it is. It's a bit of hard work before Warzone 2. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what the dynamic is like. I don't think a lot of people will use armor-piercing rounds because of the fact that high-velocity rounds exist. And I think bullet velocity rounds are going to be more important in Warzone 2. But it's going to be interesting. Like, you know, the simple fact of the matter is that, you know, you've got this insane ability to have this helicopter that theoretically, and I mean theoretically, could just be an utter force. Like, you know, what if you're in final circle and it's you versus another squad, and you've got a helicopter that could easily handle, like, 5 or 6 magazines, you know, 3 or 4 rockets, right? Like, it becomes a bit of a headache if you're another team, especially if you keep it alive. Try and capture D. Well, the plan is to get the new PC in hopefully soonish. Obviously, it won't be here in time for the release of Warzone 2, but once it is, good golly gosh, will we be cranking the frame rate. I mean, you know. Oh my god. Everybody just wants a piece of me. Just trying to live. Is there anything wrong with that? The pre-download for Warzone 2 is today. I believe it's this evening, in fact, specifically. This evening EU time. So if you've got shoddy internet, you know, you'll be fine. The wall sign's going back up tomorrow, for those of you who've asked. Probably won't be whilst I'm live, like I'll do it after the stream, but it is going back up tomorrow. I mean, I shouldn't really let them capture D, but they've already basically stopped me from spawning there. This is the one thing I don't like about this map, is that you get... This happens a lot. You get a lot of teams just camping E and D, just because, like, they're obviously so close to the enemy spawn. You know? The new PC is part of a sponsorship deal, etc. So, you know, keep an eye out for that. And it should be a really cool collaboration, though. I'm working with a couple of cool companies on that. One last Warzone 1 sesh before Warzone 2? Absolutely not. I haven't played Warzone 1 in nearly a month, and I have no intention of changing that. Because that game is garbo. Gosh, why does this guy want me so badly? Come here, then. Come on, then, if you want it. I'll headbutt your bloody tank, mate. Anybody can get it. See, this is why you get really fast internet, guys, so you don't have to deal with these problems. I'm kidding. It's not that simple. As a former UK man, good God, is the internet in the UK dog. It's so dog. We're chilling. Will Rebirth and Warzone 1 still be available? Nope. Warzone 1 goes offline in the next 24 hours. It won't be available until, like, the end of November. And then when it goes back online, it will just be Caldera. So it's time to move on, is what they're politely telling me. Well, to be fair, if you own a PlayStation, it probably isn't your internet. PlayStation has possibly the worst download servers in history. And I'm not even kidding. This isn't even me being dramatic. You know, PlayStation genuinely has the slowest and worst download servers I've ever seen in my house. If I download something on an Xbox, instant 2.5, you know, it's done, you know? If I download something on my PC, it takes no time. If I download something on my PlayStation 5, right, we're going to take about 7 years because our servers are dog shit. Yeah, COD points carry over. COD points do carry over. I'm going to mate with this helicopter. Come here. Yeah, you may as well uninstall Warzone 1. You're probably never going to play it again. Let's make a helicopter baby. Come here. It's Beyblade. Yeah, I mean, it just surprises me, Jordan, how far behind the UK is, really. You know, it's not to say other countries are massively ahead, but Christ, at least in Portugal, you know, you can live out in the sticks and still get gigabit. It's crazy. Well, my download speed, SW, is 3 gigabit. So I have 3 gigabit download, 1 gigabit upload. Sometimes even 2 gigabit upload if I'm lucky. And I would be lucky to see 100 Mbps on PlayStation. Lucky, because it's just so slow. It's called decades of not investing in. Well, you know, I think we can all blame BT for that. And specifically BT OpenReach. You know? Specifically BT OpenReach. Screw you specifically. I live a 4-hour drive in the middle of nowhere in Tokyo and I get 1 gig fiber. Yeah, I mean, just this thing, isn't it? I think I speak for everybody in the United Kingdom when I say, screw you specifically, BT, you useless boss. Oh, dear. I mean, I'm glad that they broke up OpenReach so that, you know, the one bonus thing in the UK right now is that in the United Kingdom, because they broke up BT OpenReach, which handles all of the infrastructure and actually maintaining all of it, you're getting a lot of these new companies coming out. So like Open Fiber, Community Fiber, all of these just new startups. Hyper Optic were a startup in the UK. And then they're all just starting to dominate the internet space, you know? So it's good to see. Like, it was definitely needed, and especially the cost of internet in the UK is starting to tumble, which is nice. Yeah. Obviously, I buggered off and got myself 3 gigabit instead in Portugal. But you know, if I move back to the UK, like the most amazing thing to me about it isn't even necessarily the speeds. Don't get me wrong, like, you know, the speeds are not great. For me personally, the worst part about it is the inconsistency. I've had my current fiber since I moved into this house in summer. And even the year before, when I lived in the other house, I had the same fiber company. I've had one outage, and it lasted 1.5 minutes. I've had one outage. A single outage. You know how crazy that is? Like, the consistency of that is insane. I'm going to give people a chance to get in. I don't speak Portuguese just yet, Dimitri. But yeah, we do love the internet in Lisbon, you know? I'm gonna go make a baby with this helicopter. Come here. Come here, you bastard. Taste the pain of my helicopter. Oh shit, I'm gonna go out about. No, this is gonna explode. No, no. Mission failed. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. You think you're at a big disadvantage if you play mouse? I wouldn't say so. I think mouse and keyboard actually will be quite good in Warzone 2. Especially with the overrange stuff and the inventory management. Don't get me wrong, controller will always win at close range, but I think mouse and keyboard's gonna have a pretty substantial advantage in ranged gunfights. That's always been my best description, really, for understanding the bonuses and pros and cons of both inputs. Like, you're a good controller. Up close and personal is the easy part. You know what I mean? I want to see if I die from this. I didn't. That's insane. The full damage is really good for Warzone 2. I did get killed though. So, you know, this is the thing. Like, a good keyboard and mouse player does the close range really well because the long range isn't that difficult. A good controller player can do the long range really well because the close range is easy. That's the difference. That's the big thing for me when it goes to Warzone. I tried to Bing drilling charge him. Didn't quite work out. You know, that's always the way I've kind of described it to people, because it's the one that's the most easy to understand. Why are you sniping at close range with an SAB-50? Like, you know, bore off. Go and use something else, for Christ's sake. This guy's already sweating it for Warzone 2. He's probably watched one of my videos. Guy's running a mini back. He's ready, man. He's ready. Let's try and get this objective. Oh my god, dude. You literally can't spawn in this game without getting instantly drilled by some weirdo. Do you know, we're gonna go do some 6v6, because if I get sniped one more time, I might actually headbutt my monitor. Like, what is this? They need to ban this absolutely sensational deep throating of sniper rifles in Invasion and Ground War. Like, if you ban snipers in that game mode, I swear to God, it would be 10 times better. I'm not even kidding. Right, so we're going to go for an ADS speed build now. So we're going to have to get rid of the Optic. We're going to drop that out for an SZ. We're going to go for a 30 round instead of a 42 round. We're going to go for the short stubby barrel with the ADS speed. This one's really cool, though. that. Built-in suppressor, is that? That's good. Right, let's give this a go. We're going to do this. Do you know what? We'll do a little bit of third person for banner, because I like third person. Oh, I finally got my Burger Town skin, by the way, guys. You should be proud of me. We'll do a cheeky, tiny bit of third person, and then we'll move on to some naughty headquarters or hardpoint, because those are the good ways to stack XP. Are you grinding camos or just unlocking everything for Wednesday? At the moment, just unlocking everything for Wednesday. If I get to a point where, like, I can do some of it, do some of the camos and stuff, I will. But to be honest with you, like, I'd rather just casually play and actually kind of enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to, like, sweating my nuts off to try and get camo challenges done. I'd like to say that this stream has been far more enjoyable than the ones when I was trying to do camo challenges. Favorite weapon from each class? Yeah, I definitely do. Long range for ARs, I would go AK-47. Close range AK-74U. SMGs is the Vaznev. Light machine guns, I would probably say the RPK. What else we got? Oh god. Battle rifles, the Taut V, I think it is. Snipers are fairly easy. For me, it's the MCPR. Marksman rifles, SPR. Those are my go-tos at the minute. For now. You guys are about to witness a masterclass in third person, by the way, so... I do have a whole video on being legendarily good at third person coming out this week. Like, doing exactly that, forcing that guy to move and instantly murdering him for it. It's a really good strategy. Telling you folks, masterclass in third person. They're actually coming from this side, which is the interesting part about all of this. Yeah, so I got, obviously we know that third person Warzone is going to be a thing. Just as an FYI, that is a thing. Third person Warzone is the first LTM releasing for Warzone 2. And obviously third person's pretty good for unlocking like weapon XP, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to give you guys a full video on how to not be a noob at third person. These guys are going to die. Thank you. Sound good? Yeah. Does sound good, doesn't it? Does sound good, doesn't it? Seen the Div 2 content creators playing third person? I haven't, no. Obviously, it just depends on your experience with third person shooters, really. Played a lot of third person in my time. Played a lot of Ghost Recon, played a lot of SOCOM. Third person shooters are kind of my jam. Played a lot of Metal Gear Solid as well. Kill Confirmed is better for leveling guns, but it's also better for not having any fun at all. Over to gas. There we go. Right, that's the hillside. I'm going to cover this sort of hill approach here from the front. I should really switch out my tactical insertion for like a DDoS or something. I've played so many third-person shooters that this is just natural to me. Like, the whole process of all of this. It's just a natural thing for me. I'm just gonna let us get the hardpoint points here to get ahead. If I cover this guy's approach, his life is infinitely easier. Now, odds are, yep, most of them are quit already because they're getting shat on. Why am I not surprised? There are some situations, like a couple, like where you could put the slider to maximum. Like, for example, aim walking speed for me isn't really a massively important statistic. So I don't mind using that to maximum. There are a couple of instances where you'll run into a few versions and setups where the inverse end just isn't that important. Guy directly below me.
You're halfway to mission complete. Keep the pressure on. Fix online. Our UAV is orbiting the area.
Well, third-person peeking is just kind of the experience, you know what I mean? Like, having third-person peeking is just it's just a different flavor of the game, really. That guy's dead. Love that from me. This guy's dead. I'm gonna go capture that. The DDoS ability is quite cool because you can get, like, if you're in a situation where you got lots of opponents around you, which, let's be honest, is quite often in Modern Warfare 2, you can just pop the DDoS and get yourself loads of passive XP. Oh, the third-person animations are incredible. Like, look at the way my character just moves around corners. Like, I mean, come on. It's beautiful. The animations that they've managed to do for third-person are really good. They look so much more alive and dynamic, especially when they're just strafing and stuff. Like, the Warzone 1 stuff and the Modern Warfare 2019 stuff looks so static in comparison, even though it isn't. You know, those two are pretty good animations, but these ones just sort of take the cake. Oh, they've actually filled the lobby again. That's good.
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
But I want, and I mean this, I'm not even bantering, I 100% say this with my chest when I say that I think I could be the best third-person Warzone player globally. Or at least top 5, top 10. And I 100% mean that.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Gaining ground. Don't let up.
It's just my jam, third-person, like, it's something I'm so comfortable playing. Even with a crappy LMG like this, you can get loads of kills and make it look easy. Guy's going this way. I don't need to be modest about it. Like, I love third person, and I honestly think I could. Like, if third person was a permanent fixture of Warzone, like, I have no doubt in my mind that it'd be at the very top end of it. I think third person will stick around. You know, they said it's going to be a regular LTM in Warzone, so that's good. It's just a different skill set, you know what I mean? Hey, nice one, Eric. Do you know what? I would like to see some snow soon. I know I'm not going to in Portugal, but I've already told myself that one year I'm going to have to do like a winter Christmas somewhere. Oh, gosh. I knew that guy was going to get me.
Confirming next hard point. Stand by.
Let's get these hardpoint points locked in. Do I look like I was born yesterday, lad? You love to see it, guys. You love to, really. We're about to finish the HCR, by the way, which is pretty sick. We can then move on to... What else? What we got after the HCR? Trying to think what the next obvious weapon would be. You've got the Icarus, and then you've got the RAL, so it'd be one of those two, really. I thought my teammate had killed that guy, which is why I stopped shooting.
Mission complete. Good job.
Well, you know, when you live in a hot country, you always want to see the inverse. It's like when you live in a cold country, you want to see the warm. You know, when you live in a cold country, you want a holiday on the beach. When you live in a hot country, the idea of going skiing is lovely. You know, it's searching for the extreme, really. You know, it's simply what you want to see. We are like half a bar of XP left on that. So I'm going to choose the next LMG now because we'll probably finish it. I'll probably do the Icarus, to be real with you. Get the Icarus out of the way. Because with the Icarus, I've already got all the attachments. So I can make this a much more delightful experience for myself. You know what I mean? Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Darkstar, good to see you. I live in a colder state and prefer it to be colder. Fair enough. I mean, to be fair, I am normally a fan of cold weather. I like a bit of... my favorite feeling, and this is my favorite feeling, is when you go to... when you walk in at night, be it in a city or like a, you know, wherever you happen to be, and you can kind of feel that cold, crisp air. That's that good. That's that stuff that hits you in the chest. You know what I mean? What you need. Right, let's get this HCR done, and then we'll move on to the Icarus, bone apple teeth, and life will be good. Right, I expect that we should hit 500 likes. That's what I would like to see today. You know what I mean? A cheeky little 500 like would be lovely.
Target area confirmed. Get to the hard point.
Getting ruined by that mine was a little less than ideal there.
Enemy UAV overhead. Tossing a decoy.
Not too bad. 6 kills up. Let's go. I do like a good bit of fog as well, Lee. Bit of foggy weather, you know? Something really pretty about a bit of fog. Stuck that guy with the drill charge. What the hell, lads? I'm just trying to live. Can we chill out? I'm out here working my ass off for these kills. I mean, on the bright side of things, I was about to say, I should level up the HCR really quickly there. That was a lot of kills. Alright, this guy's dying. 3, 2, 1. No, he hasn't peeked the corner yet. Interesting. Interesting. Gives me a window to go and screw him from behind. Screw him from behind. Make of that what you will. Alright, I'm gonna do the scumbag thing and DDoS right here. I'll take this guy's Icarus so I can level out. What do you reckon? Oh, that mounting just absolutely ruined me there. Right, UAV, counter UAV. Something tells me I'm going to have a fairly easy time with this Icarus. Got a bit of a horizontal to it, but we can handle that. Expecting quite a few geezers to... I was just about to say appear right in front of me, so that kind of really nailed that down for me. I use the Thrustmaster eSwap S controller, guys. For those of you who are interested. My controller of choice. Ah, it's just about to... I was literally just about to cluster mine that corner. Good to see you all, guys. Lovely to have all of you in chat. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good week. Good start to your week. It's going to be a lovely week with Warzone 2, isn't it? Come home from work, whip out some Warzone with the lads. Oh, it'll be chilling. Life's good. It's the simple things in life. I mean, he inadvertently got me a triple kill there, so I'll take that. See what I mean about this whole third-person masterclass stuff? I mean, look, we're not winning, but... yeah, can't help. I can't help the fact that none of my teammates really pushed the point. I'm also murdering the entire enemy team, so I'd like to think they'd be able to do that part themselves. Oh, this one's the one where I've got the Molotov equipped. Arguably, possibly a mistake. We love a bit of 1440p on YouTube, John. And we're also, ironically, for those of you who are unaware, we're actually streaming this at the maximum bitrate allowed on YouTube, which is 52,000. You're getting all that high quality video straight to your display. Because you wouldn't want bad quality, would you? You wouldn't want to be on Twitch. Nah, I'm just... Sorry, Twitch. I'm afraid when it comes to quality, Twitch is kind of the butt of the joke. You wouldn't want a pixelated stream that looks like an illegal sports stream, would you? I gotta tell you. That is what happens. I'll kill both of us. Screwed the accuracy on that. This is just the Captain Price skin from the Vault Edition. I like the Icarus, yeah, it's got a nice feel to it. Be interested to see how it does in Warzone. But no, I like it. Seems alright. I don't think it's necessarily too special at anything, but, you know, it doesn't need to be. mean, I did try and save him, in my defense. I've leveled up this Icarus so quickly. And on the third day, the Lord said, "Deliver unto them the smoke, for they will want it." I don't think that's the exact chapter in scripture of the Bible, but, you know, it's something of that demeanor. You know, sometimes you just have to destroy everyone. You could choose to ADS with certain scopes, especially like sniper scopes, but most people opt not to. Because in third person, you get artificially increased accuracy from the third person perspective, because there's no recoil. I did something quite cruel yesterday. I was recording for the third person video I was releasing. And I typed in chat, "I'm sorry in advance for this round," and all of them quit by the end of it. We won by default. Alright, so here's the solution, you see. Oh, not the... Why did I have to have the one dickhead with a riot shield? There's always one, isn't there, who just wants to be different. Did I just... Oh no, there's a helicopter. Oh. Interesting. Wondering what I was getting killed by. And of course, folks, if you are enjoying this stream, drop a like today. Why has nobody killed that? Come here, you little bastard. I will take you out. Ah, of course, now it leaves. Drop a like on the stream, subscribe, and consider becoming a channel member. Get some badges, get some emotes. Enjoy it. It looks pretty, looks very good. You love to see it. God, my team was dog shit. The closest person to me in terms of kills was 19, which is literally less than half. Report status changed. Account name warning. Interesting. That's fun. And I got it. I guarantee you I just got that because I dominated the lobby. You guys see that? I'm gonna take a photo of that. I'm gonna send that to somebody at Activision. Hold up, let's have a look at that. It's gotta be in my view report status. Your account name has been reported as offensive. Please rename your account at this time. I mean, I'm not doing that, so. Oh, that's funny. I love that that happens. They need to fix that. I don't think you actually have to change your name. But they need to fix it. That's funny, man. Imagine getting, like, utterly demolished so badly at Modern Warfare 2 that you report my username. That's funny, man. That's too funny. Like, they got utterly destroyed. Like, destroyed.
Longbow 3-1 is on station. Right. Longbow 3-1 flying outbound.
I had that warning day for defensive tax, but I've never used it, and my chat is disabled in settings. Yeah, so they've obviously made it so that basically anybody can report anybody for an offensive username or for an offensive chat. And if they do that, it basically just like sends an alert warning. They should really disable that as soon as possible because it's very misleading. Exploding cars. I love it. I love it. Inject it into my veins. Yes, father. Of course, somebody... I was watching that angle the whole time, and nobody even dared to peek one. This map is absolutely horrid, by the way. So, yeah, like... I was holding that angle the whole time, and nobody peeked, and somebody happened to peek as I finally let it go. It's truly impeccable COD timing. I'm just going to cover this. Bang, have a molly. I'm going to cover this angle. There we go. A bit more like it. They'll inevitably have to make a whitelist because there will be top streamers who are just constantly like reported for no reason. You know, it will happen. It's not a matter of if, really. It's a matter of when. Like, naturally still review the reports anyway, just to be sure. The thing about it, though, the worst part about it is that, you know, the Tactical Brit is obviously not an offensive username. It's in plain English what the meaning behind the username is. Do I prefer third person over first person? I wouldn't say I necessarily prefer one over the other. I'd say it's more just a case of I like to mix things up a little bit. Oh god, nearly ruined myself there. Pain. It's obviously, again, this is the thing. It's obviously just a threshold. So in the early days of Warzone 1, if enough people reported you for cheating, you just got put in the Shadow Realm instantly. Like, they didn't even review it. They just put you there until they had time to review it. It's obviously something they'll fix fairly quickly, but it's just, you know. This is why you have to spend a lot of money on moderation teams these days, eh? There's nothing to explode, guys. Can't get cheap car kills. Sorry. Finally, quick fix. Thank God. Oh man, I was about to get into a really good position there. Can I still get that? No, I can't get that ammunition box. I mean, you know, it's not ideal. I'm going to be honest. But we'll live with it. Which way is this guy going to go? Is he going to go behind? He's going behind. Literally just staring clean at my UAV there to make sure. Alright, lads. Just do all of this by myself. Don't you worry. Wouldn't want to upset any of you. Wouldn't want to be a burden by upsetting any of you by asking you to do some work. Oh, thank God that's friendly. Oh, they're definitely coming from behind. That was a really solid nade there. Thankfully, spam firing got the other guy to sort of leave me alone. What's the easiest way to kill this guy? He's expecting me to appear. Or he could just start sprinting and make my life a hell of a lot easier. I mean, that's a really way to do it. Yeah, there's a weird thing about that, Logan. If you own the Vault Edition and you have the Cinder weapon bundle, for whatever reason or another... Am I permanently reloading here? What was going on there? It's like this weird thing that they have. Is there a roof for me to put this through? No. Do what we can. Well, it's just all the attachments have a sort of camo skew, effectively, for the Cinder bundle, if that makes sense. No way did I nearly just get smoked like that. Need to get to the point, lads. They're going to start spawning behind us, I can tell you that for free. God, I love having this. Quick fix is so beautiful. When you play without quick fix, somebody can basically kill you by throwing a frisbee at you. Christ, if I have to do much more heavy lifting for this team, my back's gonna give out. Jeez, don't you worry, lads. I'll be alright. My spine is only in tatters after that one. Literally had to hold that objective by my damn self. Oh, the spawn behind. Brilliant. Okay. It's just what we needed. Because our bloody teammates are going so deep forward in the midsection, we could just be controlling the spawns a lot easier here. Oh, nearly. I mean, I'm definitely going for the objective a little bit more this round. I mean, it's obviously working because I've got half the kills of last round. I'm glad that guy killed me because I knew the spawns would flip. I was actually tempted to Molotov myself. Gonna appear right there. I heard him just to my right at the very end there. Maybe I just back rage the shit out of them and flip the spawns again. So I could do that. I finally need a second to reload. Well, we've been on the objective for 2.5 minutes, so I'd like to think that we're kind of doing the job. Yeah, we forced their spawn into the right direction here. Oh god, it's a decoy. Jeez. Ah, spawn flip. Time to U-turn. Bloody hell. I mean, you wouldn't want the spawns to flip like that, would you? And that's a GG. And that's a GG. We'll take that. 33 kills, 2 minutes 38. Ooh, right. How we do with the Icarus? 6 of 16. That's not bad. Let's give it a run out in regular 6v6, eh? Let's try it in a bit of try it a bit of kill confirmed. I like to do a bit of variety here. I don't really like sticking to one mode. The details on this game are nuts. The small rocks stuck in the tread of the tire. Yeah, I mean, the one thing I would say is you really notice the kind of quality improvements that they've tried to do across the board. When you look at the overall game, you can really see certain areas where they've gone, right, we need this to be a little bit better. And it's come together quite nicely. I've got been lagging, that's great. With a totally non-political, no problematic clan tag. And Twitch TV. Because of course, you can't get through any lobby without a streamer. Obviously. DTV, DTV. I like that bright blue AR. The only thing about those brightly colored weapons is they do make you very obvious compared to some of the other camos. Alright, wish me luck with the Icarus, guys. Oh god, I just remembered I still have a canted laser on this. Whoopsie. Don't want that. There you go, level 6. Nice. Very good, very nice. Ooh, okay. Okay. It's a little bit more painful on the the recoil's like this. It kind of, it's almost like a 7 that's been slightly tilted. Something to consider, really. Obviously, I'm gonna have to be an ADS king if I want. Could just do this. Oh, bloody hell. It's not a massive amount of recoil, but it's enough that if you're firing at somebody over range. When you go to the dead zone feature, Keezy, your sticks will have little dots in the middle of their screen, and you'll see them start moving. You can also just use any kind of, like, controller input test, so to speak. Like, DS4 Windows or anything like that would also have that. Sorry about that one, I wasn't even paying attention. I just happened to accidentally kickflip off of a fence there to make that kill happen. I'm sorry, is he taking the piss? Did he just let me get murdered like that? Because there was really no need.
Our counter UAV is active.
See, the bonus of running the ADS laser is you really do get a bit of an inkling as to how much recoil your gun has over range, because the laser kicks a lot more. DS4 Windows is at the moment leading to bans in Modern Warfare 2. Oh, the more you know. Okay, well, don't use that then. Need to make sure I don't have that still installed from my controller testing days.
Our advanced UAV is online.
I mean, obviously I know DS4 kind of has the issue with gyro aiming, but... If you click that link in the chat, guys, or type in !join, you can become a channel member for as little as $1.99. Wow. The price of an underpriced coffee. You know, Twitter costs $8. I only cost $2. You know, and really that makes me the cheap hooker. Oh dear. It's just not going to happen, Stanley, because, you know, all of these emotes and stuff get approved by a YouTube moderation team. And they can actually get you banned if you try and upload a sus one. Oh, 100%, dude. Stod is going to get reported through the 9s on day 1 of Warzone 2. That I'm sure of. And hopefully, if we're doing our job, we will too. I mean... Yeah, they're just not that stupid, Bloodline. They're just not that stupid. They would know what we meant. You know, I do sometimes have YouTube staff watch this stream, so, you know. They're simply, you know, they're not, you know, they work at YouTube. They've obviously got their qualifications to... Oh, he's up there. Okay, I was really, really confused as to where that was going to be. Oh, come on, man. Could have had that. I mean, if I could get my own name tag, that's like 250 XP. So if everybody could just politely leave that alone for me. There we go. That's lovely. And if that attack helicopter wants to get me all the free tags, that's also lovely. I will also do that, no problem. A sim racing streamer, a mod for big wang emote with a race car, and that got through, so you never know. I don't want to risk it. I'm not gonna risk a content moderation strike on my YouTube channel for a funny emo. Because you know, it's not like Twitch round here. Once them rules are enforced, they're enforced, bro. It's game over. You know what I mean? Oh, want to lose your sole source of income? Here. Oh, dear. Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing alright. 800 of you in chat. How mental is that? Oh, look at this. He's got Merciless. Is he using a F-Tac Recon? And a bloody pump-action shotgun. And apparently that was play of the game. Which means that the camera definitely stopped working properly. Oh yeah, we'll be very much close to 100k soon. The last video I did has pulled in a very extreme number of subscribers. So let's have a look. The last video I did, which popped off, by the way, obviously, because, you know, you wouldn't want that, would you? The last video we did gained 1,100 subscribers by itself, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Like I say, you know, the content's rolling. I don't know. I don't think the Lockman 5.56 is going to be that good. I don't think it has the damage for it, personally. I don't think it has the damage over range to be that effective in Warzone, but we'll have to wait and see. Like I say, there's going to be a lot of learning on day one. You know what I mean? Use this as an opportunity to reload. What will you play first, DMZ or Warzone? Probably Warzone first, then DMZ. I'll probably do like... Well, we'll see what the lads are feeling, really, because it's going to be me, Jack, Stott, and Westy. So we'll probably do like a couple of games of Warzone first, then we'll do a couple of games. It's going to be a long night. You know what I mean? You know, it's going to be a long night. We're starting at 6 PM. I probably won't be done till like either midnight or 2 in the morning, so I'm fully prepared for that day to just be a complete write-off. Bloody hell. Just trying to live, man. There's just a lot going on there. I'm so glad I have leave on Thursday and Friday. Love to see it. Yeah, it's going to be sick, man. I mean, like I say, we'll be live from about 5:30, 5 o'clock. Because we'll be showing off some old clips from Warzone 1 as like a hype countdown timer to Warzone 2. If it goes live earlier than 6 o'clock, which who knows, it's not entirely possible, we will just go live straight away. But no, it should be sick. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. I know all of the lads are really looking forward to it. And it's going to be nice to have the OG guys back together as well, like me, Stod, Jack, and Westy. I know a lot of you guys have watched us from the early days of Warzone 1, so... It's going to be sick. I'm looking forward to it. And obviously, you know, we're going to have all sorts of YouTubers and streamers playing with us over the next week or two. Everybody you can possibly think of. The launch is at 6 o'clock, yeah, on Wednesday. 6 PM. One of my boys told his manager that he was taking 3 days off from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And his manager literally looked at him and went, "It's Warzone 2, isn't it?" It's literally why he was taking the time off. And the reason he knew that was because he himself, his manager, wanted to take the time off at the same time. I thought it was funny. I knew he was going to jump around that corner. I could just tell. The second I saw there was the MP5, or sorry, P90 one, I knew it. My manager took 2 days off for God of War. Do you know what? Fair play to them, you know? If you come down with a sudden illness on a Thursday morning because you've been playing Warzone from 6 PM onwards, you know, it just happens, really. And personally, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I say politely, screw the corporate working machine, yeah, right? And your capitalism. And we will seize the means of Warzone production. It's a simple prospect, really. I mean... How did I manage to successfully miss so many shots there? And I say successfully because it was honestly harder to miss. I do like this Icarus. Prestige is launching at the start of Season 1. So on November 16th, Prestige ranks start coming into play. Well, I wouldn't say that, QU67. I wouldn't say that. You know, more of a sort of Vladimir Lenin, if you will. I mean, just tell your boss that you're working from Al Mazrah. You know, if you work from home, just say, oh, look, you know, I needed to go see some family in Al Mazrah. You know, my aunt, she's really sick recently. You know, just got to check in on her, make sure she's doing all right. Even better if you're Middle Eastern, because there's a good chance that your boss will think that that's a real country. You'd be surprised how poor people's geography are.
Hostile UAV in the area.
As an Arab, that will work for me. Do you know what? Look, I know this sounds horrible, but it's true. If you genuinely told somebody who was your boss that you had to work, you had to travel to Al Mazrah for a couple of days, provided they aren't a Warzone player, there is a very good chance that they will just go, oh yeah, sure, no problem. Because, like, modern geography standards have plummeted, I'm telling you. Especially the younger generations, good God. As an American, that would 100% work here. Like, just go to a country which has specifically low amounts of passports, like the United States, and then just tell them that you're working from a vague location which definitely exists. I mean, it is vaguely based off of Syria or something, isn't it? But, you know. You know, I mean, you probably would get away with it. Hashtag not on financial advice. Hashtag not career advice. Don't take any of my advice except for video games, which is why you watch my channel today. I mean, to be honest with you, my geography isn't incredible. I'd like to say it's pretty good. It's not incredible. But if you told me to name capital cities of places, I'd have a couple of head scratches here and there. But you know, continentally, I know where everything is. You know what I mean? If you ask me to name the states in the US, nah. Is this New York? You know. My geography for the rest of the world is great. My geography for North America isn't ideal. I'd say my weakest geography is probably South America beyond Brazil and Argentina. If there's been a conflict in the region, my geography is much higher as a result of my university degree. You had a war recently. I probably know where you are. I actually did that at work, but with Verdansk, and it worked like a charm. Oh, dear. It's a lot of corporate oversight, isn't it? Imagine it finally gets to somebody up on the rankings of your company who's like, who plays video games. And he's like, has this guy taken holiday to Verdansk? Somewhere along the line, somebody would go, hold on a second. Have we just been bamboozled, swindled, and quite possibly ruined? How would your geography knowledge be if you did not like football? Probably weaker, to be honest with you. You know, when you follow football, especially the Champions League and Europa League, you get all sorts of obscure teams. Steaua Bucharest, FC Zurich. You know, it gets quite long. He's not wrong though, and that's the worst part. I mean, you know, look, you know, I ain't gonna clown on anybody for not knowing their geography. I'm dog shit at math, so who am I to talk? Like I've said before, my maths exams extended as far as the person next to me, because that was all I was doing. I was just copying the shit out of their exams. I still, like, every once in a while, I still play FIFA with some of the guys from my secondary school in sixth form. And the guy who I actually copied off of sometimes is in the chat. You know, and he distinctly remembers it too. I was literally practically talking to him the whole exam. It's like, right, lads, and the answer to this is... Yeah, and you see, my Pythagoras theorem's a little bit shite here, so if you could help me out. I got a U in it. Yeah, see, GCSE maths is where I called it an end. My degree was ironically, which did involve maths, was philosophy, politics, and economics. But I dropped the economics in my first year and just went pure philosophy and politics. But I primarily, and I say this, I primarily specialized in international security, which I've recently been thinking about doing a PhD in for fun. If I ever have time in my life again. If I ever learn the concept of spare time in my life again, then that's what I will do. Whether or not that actually happens, I mean, that's a different question, because I gotta tell you, our Mazda's getting rinsed. I'll be rinsing theoretical conflicts in a theoretical place. I gotta tell you. Is that guy still there? Nobody's killed him. No luck on that one. Let's give this a go, shall we? Oi, oi. Love that, love that, love that. Should I just make them up, Alex? I'll just write an entire thesis paper about the fall of Verdansk and how it was the first instance of a tactical nuke. And just hope that somebody falls for it. Maybe I'm into that, Steve. You don't know. Maybe in some sick and twisted way. Pain and pleasure are intertwined, academically. You know? Not having much luck on this kill confirm map, although this isn't really the best map for kill confirm. Holy shit, did that guy pre-fired the crap out of me. I mean, I'm almost impressed. Best ADS SMG, probably the Vaznev, if you build it correctly. Ah, the double peak. That's unfortunate. I do like Molotovs, and I like them more than I probably should, really. There's something about a Molotov, isn't there? It's just, it's the instant area denial of a Molotov that makes it really good. Because that's basically what it does. It just blocks off an avenue or a doorway. It doesn't necessarily do a sightline, but, you know...
Nique ta grand-mère avec ton pompe.
I don't speak that language, but he's not a happy bunny. You know, you can't get through the modern 21st century life without just a little bit of communism, Alex. You know, it doesn't have to be a lot, you know, and you can choose your flavor, really. I mean, that is, you know, my favorite meme that I've seen recently is there was this guy. This is the best video. I'll have to share it to Discord at some point. But he's hammering like a piece of wood, and he puts the hammer down. He puts the hammer down on top of a sickle, and then he like quickly scrambles to scrape it off his desk. He's like, oh shit. Oh, it's such a simple but effective bit of comedy, man. Realistic communism, yeah. It was so funny, dude. Honest to God, it was like, I don't really watch a lot of short form content. Like I don't have TikTok, for example. Like, I have a TikTok page. I don't actually use TikTok. And like, every once in a while when I do stumble across a good one, I'm like, damn. I have to keep that in the mental spank bank of memes, because good God, was that funny. Oh dear. Saw that video on Reddit a couple of days. See, you know, we're all just the same person in different countries, really. I mean, that and some of you guys' food preferences are dog shit. I know that there is a distinct branch of you that don't eat sushi. Outrageous. Or don't like fish. Gosh. This is not right. Michael, this isn't right. Some of you might even be vegans. Disgrace. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Except for the sushi, guys. Good God. Sort it out. It's not everyday dino chicken nuggets, guys. Gosh. I can, you know, I can get behind being vegetarian. I can live with that, I think, sort of. Except for when it starts getting real obscure, like. Yeah, the decoy grenade does weapon XP. All of your lethals and tacticals do. So does capturing objectives. It's split between regular and oh god, that's a cluster mine. Mission failed. Well, you know, like, it's just... My beef with being a vegetarian, yeah, is like... Let's be real. As a meat eater, I slap something in an air fryer, job done. Life's good. Bit of seasoning, all over. You know, some of these veggies, they require a lot of work. I've seen some people shredding mushrooms and shit, and it's just like... It's a bit much, alright? You know? I'm very much... as a university student at a time... I'm very much a meal prep, slap some rice and chicken in a box, call it a day kind of guy. You know what I mean? My beef with being vegetarian. Look, that wasn't intended, alright? It just sort of happened. Veggie lasagna is really good, though. I had a... What did I have? I had a spinach and ricotta lasagna once, and that was absolutely lovely. I'm sure that's some sort of hate crime in Italy, though, so you have to be really careful about that. The only vegetable that I don't play with is cauliflower. It's just not okay. Anybody who likes cauliflower needs to be sectioned, and that's the honest to God truth. You know, there's just some things that I won't accept. Cauliflower reminds me of that initial smell when you open a bin. Just like, look, you know when you first open a bin that sort of, you haven't really taken it out very often. You know what I mean? The smell of cauliflower, it's like that, you know? It's not right. Broccoli, fine. Cauliflower, awful. You know, it's just, you know, it's just not nice, is it? You know, and people who like smother it in cheese, when I look at that, I'm just sort of like, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you ruin the cheese? You know? It's just not okay. It's not a bad idea, QU67. And one of the things I will say about going vegetarian is you do end up like a lot of people don't realize that they have a lot of vitamin deficiencies. Because unless you go to a bloody unless you're a pro athlete, how the hell are you meant to know, right? Or unless you're counting every single thing you eat, how are we meant to know? And when people go veggie, they end up feeling a lot more awake. Indian food is a whole different conversation and branch, you know, it's just beautiful, you know, there's, you know, tears of joy in the eyes, you know. Don't make me think about that, my diet's terrible right now. Bro, you know what? Sometimes it gets like that, okay? Sometimes it do be like that. It just gets like that. You know, sometimes you just have a week where you're either busy, sick, you know, it just gets a bit long. The one thing I will say, is I love a bit of short form food content, especially like recipes and stuff like that. But these guys, man, they'll be out here like, right, now in order to make this, it's just gonna take 3.5 hours. Okay, let's go. And it's just like, what? Also, here is several mountains of washing up that you're gonna have afterward. Like, like they really think we just finish work at like 5 o'clock or something and go, do you know what? Do you know what I fancy today? I fancy making something for 3 hours. So much fun. I feel so relaxed and relieved. My day feels complete. My recreational time has been filled with joy. It's just like, what the fuck? That was a beautiful Molotov, if I do say so. If I can get away with it, I'm a one-pot kind of guy, you know what I mean? You know, some people say that they took the wok to Poland. But really, I think the wok should be a staple of your living room or kitchen. Because, you know, with a wok, anything is possible. There's enough space for everything to cook fairly evenly. Some people can spend 4 hours playing Modern Warfare 2, some can spend it... To be fair, it's a valid point. I sometimes do that on the weekend, you know, when I got a bit of time. Do you know what? I do love a slow cooker. I do love a slow cooker. Slow cooked stew. Oh, in the winter. Oh. Anyway, that's enough talking about food, because otherwise I'm going to get extremely hangry extremely quickly. Alright, I'll just take a little triple kill, don't mind me. Just here. I mean, this is easy. It's easy as double XP. I need to buy a slow cooker. It's on the agenda for this for this winter. I need to pick one up. I want to become a soup bastard, you know what I mean? want to become the kind of guy who just makes stews and soups. What are your plans for the weekend? I'm just gonna make a chicken stew, mate. That's how I'm trying to live, you know? How long does it take to get this good at cards? I don't even know if there's a real time metric for anything like this. It's ultimately, like, it's like anything, be it a hobby or something you take semi-competitively seriously. It's about learning, innit? And it also depends how good you actually think I am at the game, because some people might think I'm dog shit. I have to kill the game from the Xbox dash, that's weird. I haven't had that before. Well, then again, I don't... My Xbox Series X is somewhat of a... I don't know. More of a decoration at this point. My PlayStation 5 and my Series X are competing for who is the most interesting decoration in my house. Just don't use them, you know? The Xbox I use a bit casually for, like, Game Pass games, like, especially when something comes out on it that I've been meaning to play, like... I don't know, like a Subnautica or something. The PS5, however, just looks like a shit Wi-Fi router that I've put in the corner of the room. That has been getting very little mileage. Although, to be fair, I'm so busy with everything happening on Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. You know, you know, like, I don't make time to play games I want to play, which I really should do more of. Like this Christmas, for example, I'm gonna play through God of War Ragnarok. 100%. Like this Christmas, I would put some time aside to play through God of War Ragnarok. That's a bit overkill for my needs, to be honest with you, Aethers. Maybe in the future, when I've got sort of more of a forever home tech setup. At the moment, my tech setup's, like, okay. In the future, when I'm running maybe, like, a couple of media rooms or that kind of thing, that'll be something I'll look into. This is sort of a... Far Cry 6 was great on PS5 from the haptics. To be fair, the haptics on the PlayStation controller are great. My only gripe with the PlayStation controller is it literally dies in like 5 seconds. You know, like the battery life on the PS5 controllers has got to be one of the worst things I've ever seen. Like, it just dies constantly. Like, oh, you played for an hour? Ah, ruined. Played for another hour? Ruined. Got a little bit better with software updates. Mine has been horrid. I don't know whether it's just because... I don't know. Mine have been horrid. Mine, I've had, like, one of my PlayStation controllers stopped charging, so I had to replace the battery and get it, like, RMA'd. And the other one dies after, like, an hour and a half. You know? 5950X and a 3080 at the moment. But we hopefully, we'll be switching to a 4090 and an i9 system later this year. Hopefully by like the end of November, give or take. Oh, I got PlayStation to do the RMA, Chris. I've literally just emailed them. I was like, it's been less than a year, you can deal with this. And they're like, yeah, go on then. At the time when I got it RMA'd anyway. It just blows my mind that, like, smartphone batteries can last a whole day, but we have controllers that last 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like, my Google Pixel 7 Pro lasts from, like, easily 9 AM till midnight, no problem. But my PlayStation 5 controller lasts about an hour and a half before it starts crying. I mean, controllers aren't exactly cheap these days, are they, Mikey? Like, well, it's like, what, 70 quid for a PlayStation controller? You'd at least expect the battery to not be shy. How are you finding the 7 Pro after a couple of weeks? I definitely wouldn't switch. I think the Google Pixel 7 Pro is possibly the best phone I've ever owned. It just does stuff. It just does stuff. This morning I woke up and I said, I wonder what the weather's going to be like today. And immediately I looked down at my phone and my phone's gone, oh, here you go, here's all the weather for the next 10 days. I walk into my living room, my lights turn on. I walk into my kitchen, my Google Hub in my kitchen turns itself on and shows me what time it is and, you know, everything I'd possibly want. You know, the camera on it's insane as well. Especially the stabilization and autofocus. I think the most interesting one I've had recently is I was watching the NFL and I was watching it on my Nvidia Shield Pro, which is obviously Android TV. And obviously everything's connected to the same network. And I looked down at my phone, and on one of my homepage tabs, the Google Assistant had pulled up all of the live results for the NFL because it knew I was watching the NFL on my Android TV. Like, I've had all sorts of phones. I've had Samsungs. I've had all sorts of Android related devices, OnePluses, all of it, and none of them have been as intelligent as the Pixel 7. Like, in terms of just like getting your daily routines and understanding stuff, none of them have been as intelligent. And also, some of them I just couldn't get past the UI. I mean, for me personally, like, I like Samsung phones, but I wouldn't use them anymore because their UI is dog shit. It's just an overly bloated version of Android. I've also got his skin as well, which makes it look nice and pretty. Look how pretty that is. Lovely, isn't it? Well, what's interesting is, it's interesting you say that, Azira. I have the Google Pixel Watch now as well, because I got it with the 7 Pro for free. That was good promotion, by the way, Google. And it's not, obviously it's not the HTC and Motorola days, but it's very minimalist. Like, the whole 7 experience so far with the Google Pixel has just been them getting in your way as little as possible and just providing you things that they think work. Haven't spoken to Thrustmaster just yet, no. my contact is probably like on annual leave for like a week or something because I just haven't heard from them yet. Probably send them an email to like head office or something at some point. We shall soon. Yeah, Cat's doing alright. She's her usual pain in the arse self, but nothing new. You know, I don't actually need an alarm clock. I can guarantee that at any given day, my cat at 8 o'clock in the morning will stand on my chest and bellow at me until I pay attention. Because how dare I not feed her at exactly 8 o'clock in the morning? Idiots. I think, unfortunately, that's just part... Like, if you buy a Pixel 1, it's just part of being on a new onboarding process. You know what I mean? I never really buy first-gen tech. I very rarely buy first-gen tech. I'm not doing too badly with this Icarus, eh? What are we? 1 level away? It's lovely, that. I feel like I've barely been paying attention as well. It's even better. God damn. I'll be interested to see how like the first initial meta for Warzone 2 kind of develops, because I'm sure the great part about Warzone 2 is that on day 1 everybody's going to be trying lots of different things. Not even day 1, like month 1, you know what I mean? The first month or 2 people are just going to be trying different stuff, and that's going to be really cool. Like, I'm just looking forward to things being, you know, open again, and people not just immediately sweating to the first meta weapon and giving a couple of things a bit of a try, you know what I mean? I think that's going to be a fun experience. That and, like, discovering the map again and, like, all of that kind of stuff's going to be pretty sick. Like, having a new map to explore is going to be such a wonderful experience again. Do you know what I mean, guys? Like, you know. I don't know if they'll be using the same gun in 2 to 4 weeks, Sid. I think when you have a new game, you have to bear in mind the SBMM is going to be a little more forgiving initially, I think. So people might play around a little bit more. And I also think that, like, obviously people are going to be doing their exploring and stuff, so... And I think the meta is genuinely going to be a lot more open as well. I don't think there is a very clear and decisive, this is going to be a really good gun. You know what I mean? Because how things play in Modern Warfare 2 are drastically different to how they'll play in Warzone 2 to some extent. I think LMGs will naturally... I think the Icarus has a good shout. I think the RPK will be quite good. But we'll see. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how things unfold, what the firefights are like, the magazine sizes, the recoil, damage drop-off over range. All of these little things and pieces are going to make a big difference. You know? Oh, man. It's a stretchy kind of day, you know what I mean? I like that rabbit. There's something about it. It's a very meaty sounding weapon. I'm on PC, True Facts. What are your thoughts on semi-auto marksman rifles? We just don't know how they're going to be, fail not. Like, I wouldn't spend my time leveling them up until we know that they're good. If you think I'm playing on Tarak, you've got another thing coming, pal. Because I'm telling you, I would rather put my nutsack through a cheese grater than play that. You can reply, Underhand Joe. You just have to @ them. You have to @ their username. It's a little less simple than just simply hitting a reply button. Hopefully they add that soon. It would be nice. The Tarak map is really just garbage. If we're being entirely honest, it is utterly horrid. Yeah, barracks and stats are coming with Warzone 2, Super Saiyan. They've already announced that. Well, they announced that it's coming in Season 1, which realistically will probably mean launch day or a week after. They're testing a feature like that, Aethers, actually. So YouTube just launched a feature called Go Live Together. And at the moment, it's geared more towards sort of like podcast VOD content. But there's a chance that it could open up to gaming. There's a chance that they could have a feature where we could all go live together and you could swap between the videos and audios. But we'll have to see, really. Gosh, after we get this done, which won't, oh God, the amount of menus that you have to navigate to get anything bloody done in this game is ridiculous. After we get this done, we've got the RAL and the MG38 left, which is not bad. Enrique, thank you very much for becoming a channel private. We'd love to see it. Hope you enjoy the badge and emotes. Hope it tickles your pickle. We've got new emotes today and new badges today, so slightly updated designs on all of those. And of course, guys, if you wanna support the channel, become a channel member, hit the join button. Be lovely, would appreciate it. Does support the channel, does make a difference. Oh my God, dude. There's always one, isn't there? There's always one guy who has to use a marksman rifle because he wants to be different. It's always some loser as well. You can have that Molotov, pal. That's what you get for using an SAB-50. Scumbag. How dare you have fun? How dare you enjoy yourself in my presence? It's actually a live transcript of people who play at this level of skill-based matchmaking. Once you have a really high SPMM in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, the purpose of the game isn't to enjoy yourself, it's to make sure everybody else around you doesn't. The camera ruined me there. Tried to get that Molotov over the top there. Oh, hello. It'd be a real shame if I just back-raged you guys and... Oh, look at this SAB-50 loser. Piss off, mate. And that's the Icarus max leveled. Thank God. Should we try something else for banter? Let's try the, let's see what the RAL is like in third person now. Jesus Christ. The sound on that. Bloody hell. The sound of that RAL on any given occasion is mental. Oh, I beg you lot, just capture this. It's not hard. I mean, this does make the LMGs a little bit easier, because you are naturally ADSing more in third person. There's kind of less of a concern on that front, so to speak. I'd probably level these up quicker in third person. It just sounds so disgustingly powerful. Probably because it is. I could never enjoy the Division games. Once I realized that all of the AI were just super tanks who could take 7,000 damage, it kind of ruined the game for me. I would rather the AI were lethal and realistic damage models than, right, you can fire 7 magazines into this guy and he won't care. But that's Ubisoft for you. If there's anybody who knows how to make a disappointing game, it's Ubisoft. Here's a game with a really cool concept and idea, but our execution is going to guaranteed be piss poor. And the reason Ubisoft went that way is because they didn't think hardcore shooters would be a thing people would be interested in. And then Tarkov came along and went, actually, what if we were just the most successful game ever? And also super OP and hardcore. Sound good? I just can't get behind games like The Division. I just can't enjoy, like, dumping a whole magazine into a bot. You know what I mean? Only for him to go, actually, I'm still better than you and I'm still alive. Oh, that guy's body went flying.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by.
That RAL has surprisingly controllable recoil. At least in third person, anyway. I thought I heard somebody. I turned around and started shooting because I could have sworn I heard someone. You know one team's just leveling up their stuff and the other guys are trying hard when one of them has a gunship. Health pool does not equal difficulty, yeah. That's the way of looking at it. It's a shame the developers don't look at it that way. Like, give me Metal Gear Solid AI where they teleport and shit. You know? Make it hard, make it challenging, give them advanced tech, make them lethal. Make them like the snipers in Modern Warfare 2's AI, where they just delete you. Yeah. Chris, thank you for the £1 super chat, dude. Much appreciated. I was about to say that. Better have been a kill. See, the thing about this RAL is that it really takes like 2 bullets to kill people. You really don't need to full auto it all that much. At all. Bang! And the death is there. Another cheeky UAV out for the boys. Why not? I mean, I do be having a lot of bullets, though, so I don't know why you keep peeking. Like, just accept your fate and die. Right, now for the 7-year reload. Those guys just mustn't enjoy playing video games. Lucky that guy went up the bloody stairs. I mean, that's the easiest quad I've ever gotten in my life. Kill me, kill me. Suffer. I've got 40 kills with light machine guns.
J'ai l'impression quand même, les carottes, elles ont vachement vendu.
Why,
En
why?
fait, je viens d'en rendre compte. Les balles, c'est une carotte. J'ai acheté 3.
Why would you do this? Why would you turn on your mic just to spew some nonsense down your microphone, you absolute shitter? The easy part. People who do that are actually like a different breed. Like, there's no way around it. Like, people who answer phone calls whilst they're on the mic. You know, like, what? Like, LMGs are challenging. It's just because I'm playing in third person that it doesn't look as challenging. In reality, they are quite difficult. Jammy little sod. Welcome, Layla. Good to see you. Yeah, they need to default the PS5's microphone to mic off for the benefit of an entire generation. Just for the benefit of everyone, really. Go on, kill me. I would like the flip spawn, please. Flip the spawn, please. No? Okay. I was hoping that they'd overcommitted so heavily to the mid that the spawn would flip, but clearly I was wrong. Oh. I wonder how much sensitive data has been streamed over COD. And the bank pin is 7! Wouldn't surprise me at all. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Somebody just reading out their life story down a microphone by accident. Bloody hell. Oh, man. Whew. Not bad. Not bad at all. Cheeky little snipe. Why not? Cheeky little snipe. 50 kills. 50p. Not bad. We'll take that. That's decent. All right, guys. You love to see it. I think we're going to give it a call there. We've gotten all of the LMGs done except for the RAL and the MG38. So we can finish those off. I'll probably do those tonight. And tomorrow I can do the shotguns. And then we'll probably be done. But thank you guys for all the support. It's been lovely to see you. It's been lovely to have you today. We've been live for about 3 and a bit hours, which is good. We're going to have some more stuff going tomorrow. In the morn, come and see me. I'll see you there. And, well, make sure you're here on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Because I gotta tell you, you're gonna be spicy. Right, folks, thank you very much for joining me today. This video will stay up. Watch it again if you want, if you missed some of it. See you in a bit.